Hey everybody, what's going on? Welcome back to the Zone 18 podcast, where we talk about wrestling, we talk about sport, we talk about real life. Anything that's going on is not off limits when it comes to us. You have your boy CJ here, and then I also have my host on here. Say what's up, man.
What's good? How's it going, everybody? How's it going?
All right, so we gotta get through the parameters, and at the very beginning, shout out to our sponsor, Ice Mountain. Ice Mountain holding strong with the Zone 18 podcast. 100% natural spring water. And CMR takes a sip right there. Hard working hydration from the Midwest. Get your Ice Mountain. Also, we still got to plug Meet Your Connect. Meet Your Connect is your ultimate streaming TV service. With the deluxe package, you can pay $150 and then you will get everything that you need. All the movies, all the series, all the live sports, including the NBA, NFL, NHL, WNBA, and more. Also, shout out again to our sister network, the Level Podcast. Shout out to them.
Yeah, shout out to the Level Podcast.
Yep. And then pretty much again, we got the Zone 18 podcast hoodies. Like I said, we got them in gray, we got them in blue, we got them in red, we got them in black. Again, people jump on these hoodies because they're actually selling real fast. Also, remember when we get to our 1,000th subscriber on YouTube, again, when we get to 1,000 subscribers on YouTube, you will basically get the Zone 18 starter pack, which is pretty much the Zone 18 book bag. You got the Zone 18 hookah, you have the t-shirt, you have the hoodie, and you have the hat along with the socks. Zone 18 podcast. Again, we take care of everybody. So, how was your week this week, man?
Oh man, this week. Listen, I'm not gonna lie to you. I've been catching up on shit because I've been way behind on shit. Like I ain't gonna lie. I've been sitting back looking at stuff. First of all, the Super Bowl. We gotta take it back to the Super Bowl because I feel like we haven't been able to sit down and talk about everything.
We have not talked about the Super Bowl.
No.
Shout out Super Bowl was.
Shout out to the Seattle Seahawks winning. First of all, that's a crazy take. Shout out to Seattle for winning the Super Bowl. It wasn't a great game. I'm gonna be honest with you. Yeah, I feel the same way. The game part of it was niggas killed field goals until like the fourth quarter, and then that's when they actually did something. Now, the two things I want to talk about is you had two Super Bowl halftime shows, which I don't think we ever had that in the history of the US ever. Is when you have two Super Bowl halftime shows playing at the same time, and you had Bad Bunny, which Suave, and then you had Kid Rock.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen some claims on the Kid Rock one that people say he was lip singing to his songs. That he said that he recorded the songs beforehand, but he didn't lip sync it. He said he did everything live. I don't know how true that is or not. Someone will have to look into those details. I'm not gonna lie to you. I didn't watch the Kid Rock.
How do you record something and then and then not lip sync it?
Exactly.
But okay, again, we're us Americans, we're retarded. But go ahead.
I did not watch the Kid Rock concert, so I'm being completely honest with you. So I don't know if you know anybody that has. If someone has watched the Kid Rock halftime show, please let us know in the comments how that was. You can give me like 5 words, 2 words, 1 word if you need to. If you can get up to 6, you can give us up to 6. Like whatever you can do with your language barrier, we would appreciate that.
I mean,
I'm gonna be real. I
know one person who did watch the Kid Rock, Super halftime show versus the Bad Bunny. They said it was for America. That's what I was told. It was for America. And I'm like, I don't really understand what that means.
It was for America to talk. Okay, I'm not even going. What? It was for America to have someone who in a song talked about small girls, little girls, in one of his lyrics that for him to do a halftime show. Now, if you were like me and everybody else in America and you were watching the Bad Bunny halftime show, I'm not gonna lie to you, didn't know a fucking word of what he was saying, But I'm gonna be real. I don't know dog songs like that. Like if we gonna be real, for the past 3.5 weeks, I've been listening to J. Cole's The Fall Off. Shout out to Jermaine Cole, by the way. I'm definitely gonna be seeing his concert pretty soon here. But I've been listening to his album The Fall Off. That shit is a banger if you're a true Cole fan. And when I say a true Cole fan, I mean like someone who's been rocking with him for like through everything. It's an
Mhm.
album you're gonna love. I gave that nigga a shout out in the podcast, but hey, because that's how much I love this album. But anyways, I watched the Bad Bunny performance, and from everything with him doing the singing, like I said, even with me not knowing it, I felt the dancing when they were doing like the wedding and everything like that. Like I felt that, and like, oh man, this is just like how one of my family event gatherings would go. Some little kids sleeping on the chairs because everybody's there till 8 o'clock because the wedding just took the whole day. Um, Besides the people in the bushes, I don't know anybody in my family that have like people hiding in bushes or anything like that. But it just felt like it was a good show. Everything production wise to down, everything was good. Like even if you don't know Spanish, it was good for people who do know Spanish and like the Hispanic community for that. I feel like for them, that was just a great halftime show altogether because they were not only getting their people representation on national television, but they had Bad Bunny doing it. Sorry, as they say, they had Bad Bunny doing it because
Bad
you gotta. It's
Bunny.
not Bad Bunny. Bad Bunny. You had Bad Bunny on there doing it. So shout out to him for his show. I, for one, enjoyed it. Like I said, even for someone who doesn't know a lick of Spanish, I was still having a great time with it.
Honestly, I had no problems with his halftime show. Now, granted, did it give me a headache after like 3, 4 minutes? And yeah, it did. But his visuals were amazing. His
Mhm.
presentation was like I said, it was amazing. Whereas, and yeah, granted, you didn't understand what he was saying, but physically America now, man. Like, a lot of people hated on the fact that there were people, who weren't American at the halftime show. People hated on the fact that they were speaking a
Mhm.
different language. But if I don't think people realize America is the melting pot, and that's exactly what that moment was. When they're now on the stage just like everybody else. And fun fact that I don't think a lot of people know when it comes to Bad Bunny. Bad Bunny has had 9 albums, and every one of his albums have seemed to go diamond or double diamond. And if you didn't know what diamond means 10 million albums plus sold. So Bad Bunny is kind of the Mike Jackson of the music,
So
and
here's
people
the
just like
here's the
kind of
thing.
shitting on him, which
Sorry, I don't
sucks.
mean to. I, I'm gonna have to cut you off here for a second because something that you said just had like threw me off there for a second. When people say not American, the nigga's Puerto Rican. Puerto Rico's
Okay. Fun fact you might not
those
know
are
about this.
those
So
are you
Puerto Rico
those
is
those are
a part
U.S.
of the United States territory, but they do
They are
not vote for
they are U.S.
president.
citizens. No,
But
yes,
they
I
don't vote
understand
for the
that, but I say
president.
they are technically still U.S. citizens.
Technically, but they speak another language. So again, people hated on it, but again, shout out to Bad Bunny. You know what I mean?
Bad Bunny.
He did a hell of a thing for me. You know what I mean? He did a good
Now,
job.
who do you think had a better halftime show, him or Kendrick?
It is two different genres. That's like
Hmm.
asking me NSYNC did better than the Dr.
I'm
Dre
not
and
talking
50 Cent.
about. I'm not talking about like for like song wise and everything. Of course, that's two different genres. I'm just talking about like a presentation of how the story of how everything went from like how Kendrick's story was like playing the game. Everything is like in the game. You have to play the
Mhm.
system in order to win itself. Versus Bad Bunny's take on all. As long as we come together, we can come together. Love beats out hate. Who do you think had like a better like representation of that in the show itself? I think you can gauge that a little bit better.
I think so. If you had to put it that way, I would have them equal because both of them to me meant
Hmm.
something. One doesn't outshadow the other one. Now, if I wanted to be biased towards my people, it would be Kendrick because the fact of the matter is,
Okay.
we all hear him saying They not like us. They drink. I hear you like young. You know, we all want that. So that overtook a lot. You know what I mean? Like that was the highlight of that night. You know, it's felt two different. It's two different things. Like again, Bad Bunny could have went out there. He could have just went out there and did the salsa all night. But he actually went out there, you know, with the trees. He had a whole storyline. Granted, we had to understand what the storyline was later on, you know. But my only beef with his performance was we as people, we as Americans, we like Spanish music, right? But the problem is they should have translated it on the TV for us. That was my biggest thing, wherein there should have been somebody over talking him, letting us know what he's saying. Because I went back afterwards, and really all he kept saying was VIP, VIP, meet me at Auntie's, you know what I mean? So say cheese, you know what I mean? Like
let's go to the VIP. We're gonna take a picture of my auntie so you can say cheese because she doesn't think that I actually love women. She thinks that I just want to play around. Like you get the context and you're like, okay, this song is still fire, but when you look back at it, you're like, if they would have put it on this TV, it would have made sense. But the problem is too, is like trying to get that shit to like translate fast enough to where he's talking to where it's showing.
No. About that bullshit. I'm gonna tell you why. Because at the end of the day, every time we have something else going on TV, right? Do you see the people in the corner doing this? Where the people translate for the deaf people, right? You know how like when they do the translation for the deaf people? Why is it that we couldn't have a translator? That's cat. They could have translated it. You know what I mean? But guess what they did? They didn't want my man to be successful. You know what I mean? They were just waiting for the police to come to lock him up. You know what I mean? They wanted ICE to come and basically lock him up. That's all it was. That's what they wanted to hit, the side. But they didn't get that. You know what I mean?
Did you say? I just want to make sure I heard you correctly. All right. I just want to make sure I heard you correctly, because that's some crazy shit. That if I heard you correctly, did you say they could have got a live translator to translate the shit? So a live translator. So not only are you hearing Bad Bunny, and then you're gonna get a fucking live translator named Steve to go right after that. So he's gonna be singing in Spanish, and you're gonna get Steve. And he said VIP. No, that shit would be fucking stupid. Like, at least they could have put subtitles up there. But you can read that shit. If you can't read and listen to a song, I don't know what to tell you. But
that would have been fire. That would have been fire. If Steve would have stood up there like, VIP, meet me in VIP. I'm telling you, it would have been fire.
We gonna get some nigga that's gonna be off tune to get up there and start singing VIP. No. I would have just at that point. No, because no, no, please.
The NFL failed us. You know what I mean? But it was a great performance. You know, but like you said, if you had to compare it to him and Kendrick, though, Kendrick definitely had a more of a United States cultural impact versus Bad Bunny had a more impact for his people. You know,
his people and like
Puerto Rico.
Shout out to Puerto Ricans.
But you know, it's funny talking about Bad Bunny, right? It brings me to another thing that I'm realizing, right? What's that? You know, every week, right, when it comes to wrestling now, there's a person that comes and does shit, right? So, like this past Monday, this man came out, and the masked man basically stomped Logan Paul in the face, right?
So, Adam Pearce. Let's just say it's Adam Pearce. Come on now. We know it's Adam Pearce.
No, I think it's Bad Bunny. Think about that. Bad Bunny did wrestle last year for WWE, and he is online having a back and forth with Logan Paul. So
pull up that picture. Pull up that picture from me again. All right, and go find me a picture of Bad Bunny. And then, that nigga, that is white. Excuse me. Sorry, internet. Sorry, YouTube. Please don't demonetize us for that. That one came out of soul. But my brother, that is a white man. That is a white-skinned, rice-skinned man that is there. That is not a brother. That is not a Puerto Rican. I will not let you defame the brown people like that.
Are
Again,
Puerto
sorry about that.
Ricans not light skinned realistically if you look at it? You know what I mean? Like
That's not my God. That's not light skin. That is white. That if you go back to that picture that we're seeing of the masked man, that is a white man. That's a white man. Look how pink those lips are, and look how undertoned that white under is that chin. That is blonde hair. That is Adam Pierce. I'm just convinced at this point it's Adam Pierce. It's like I will get you on that train. When it comes out to be Adam Pierce, we're gonna be grateful.
But this is the thing. You say, oh, it could be Adam Pierce, but it clearly is not Adam Pierce due to the fact Adam Pierce in the actual arena as it was going down with them. So realistically, it can't be him.
I don't see it being Bad Bunny though. Yes, I know Bad Bunny wrestles and everything like that, but I just don't see it being Bad Bunny just doing the stomps right now.
I'm just saying, like a lot of people, like I said, because this mystery thing, honestly, WWE getting into them, the masked man it's becoming irrelevant, if I want to utilize that word. Because to me, it's happening too much now. It's a difference when it was like here and there, once a month, you come through surprise. But now this guy's popping up just whenever he feels like it. And I just feel like, what's the significance of this guy? Like,
can we say the same thing about El Grande Americanos?
I mean, but we know that that's two different people, though. We know for a fact. The funny part about El Grande Americano was we knew it was Chad Gable trying to act like he was somebody else. That was the funny part about it. Then they turned around and put Ludwig inside the suit, and we knew it was Ludwig. And that's the part that's like the gimmick. So now you have two of them looking like, hold up, who is you? Who is you? One, y'all not the same size, y'all not the same fit, y'all there's nothing the same about y'all. So I feel like the mask. Go ahead.
I would say because the last time we had the masked man also as well, it was Austin Theory, which surprise. And at this point, it's like this masked man thing. I was tired of it when Austin Theory did it. At a certain point, if you're gonna do a masked man, it's always better to have the reveal happen there so we know who it is versus trying to let it build up. Because here's the thing. We can guesstimate, oh, it's going to be this person, it's going to be that. And unless it's somebody like that's really good or it's just going to be coming in, because like I said, for this part too, I think it's also going to be, it's just hinting that it's Seth Rollins again coming back with the stomps and everything like that, which if it is Seth Rollins, whoop-de-fucking do. But I would rather see a reveal at this point now than wait it till it out because they're trying to extend it to Elimination Chamber. You know what they're trying to extend it to. They're trying to extend Elimination Chamber. Masked Man comes out. Either Logan Paul or Braun Breaker is in the match before they get into the chamber. They pull basically a Jade Cargill, come out, do the stomp, throw him out, close the cage up, reveal, oh my God, it's Seth Rollins, and then start the matchup. And somehow he sneaks his way in to try to get into a match.
That's actually good booking when I hear that from you right now. You know what I mean? I get that. Okay. I see where you're going. You guys then the masked man. So Bronson Reed is in the chamber. So scenario, you're basically saying Bronson Reed goes into the chamber, but the time he goes to close the door, the masked man comes, stomps the shit out of him, and locks him out of the cage. Yeah. Then he reveals himself, and then he's revealed to be Bad Bunny.
Seth Rollins. Your idea is Bad Bunny, and mine is going to be Seth Rollins. Because here's another thing too that gets me every time that I keep thinking about that just keeps lingering in the back of my mind. We have the announcement of CM Punk, Roman Reigns, WrestleMania. Elimination Chamber, whoever wins this becomes number one contender for WWE Undisputed Championship. Seth Rollins goes that way. If he doesn't want to continue with the Vision storyline or anything like that anymore, he goes WWE Championship. Now it doesn't. It also doesn't say that the person who wins the elimination chamber they can't go after the world heavyweight championship. Like it said, they couldn't go after the WWE championship. We just always assumed that if you win the Royal Rumble, you're going after the world heavyweight championship. If you win the elimination chamber, you're going after the WWE championship. Whoever you go after, whatever the other person
Right.
picks.
I get you saying you go after the world title for the elimination chamber, and then the Royal Rumble is the main title of SmackDown, right?
Yeah, usually how it goes for everything. So, like I said, in my theory, if it is Seth Rollins, you remember he already doesn't like the fact that CM Punk's the WWE World Heavyweight Champion. So he's always gonna want to make sure he stops that reign. He goes in, they make it a triple threat match again. Somehow it gets thrown in there and everything like that. Or if they don't even make it a triple threat, it's still keep it as CM Punk versus Roman Reigns. It's going to be more of Seth Rollins comes in, interferes, takes CM Punk out. Roman wins. Roman doesn't win in a normal fashion. Now we got a Roman versus Seth to really solidify this title for who's really going to win it, because that's where it's really coming down to the story of Roman and Seth Rollins. When you really look at it, CM Punk was brought into an effect of, hey, we're going to make it in because these two don't like each other. You two cannot like each other. We can make the hatred go. But in the end of the day, we really want to see it down to Roman versus Seth, who really is going to help carry this company until the next generation fully takes over this company.
Okay, so you're not with this graphic that's on the screen right now, you don't think that it's going to be CM Punk versus Roman. You think it's going to wind up being Seth comes in. I mean, yeah, Seth comes
either Seth comes in and they make it a triple.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead. I said.
So basically, you're saying that Seth is going to come in and make it a triple threat match some type of way, whereas it will be three.
Either he'll make it.
But didn't we have that last WrestleMania?
That's what I'm saying. If they don't, and we did have that last WrestleMania, but that's why I said too. They can also flip it on the way of, hey, Seth Rollins doesn't go in and take the World Heavyweight Championship. He just screws CM Punk out of it. He just makes sure he finds a way to screw Punk one more time, because obviously we know Punk's time is getting very, very low around here. Like, dude, he's getting old. Like, let's be completely honest, he's getting old. He's carrying that title very well for somebody.
Every time he fights, you just hear his heartbeat. You feel me? That's how you feel, like he's going to explode every time he's wrestling.
This motherfucker's he might die in the ring, so we don't want to see that, of course. So with knowing that, I would say if Seth Rollins can find a way to screw CM Punk one more time, it's screwing Punk out of a championship, and so that way he rides off with nothing in the sunset. And then that's what I said. Roman is not going to like that fact that Seth Rollins came and helped him, because he does not like Seth Rollins either. Like, he's not someone he really gets along with all that well. I don't see Seth Rollins going after the WWE Championship, because I just feel like he's more invested in the World Heavyweight Championship. Because to me, if you think about it, if you look at every champion, there was always a belt that they went after that they felt like that was their title. With John Cena, it was a spinning belt. With The Undertaker, it was the big gold. With Triple H, it was, and Brock Lesnar, it was like the Undisputed Championship, or like the Wing Championship when they still had it at the time. Like, there was a title that you always just kind of like, it goes with this champion and this new World Heavyweight Championship. I feel like that's like a Seth Rollins. Like, he wants to make that, like, that's a me belt. Like, when people look at this belt, they see me with it, if that makes sense. Because I don't see him going after the Undisputed title. I don't see it. I just don't.
I mean, I get that though, because do I really want to see him and Drew? And I don't. Yeah, honestly, I'm to a point that I'm getting tired.
But here's the thing too, though, that I think about too. Once I open that possibility up, if you keep Drew as Undisputed Champion, now you can start bringing those guys like Oba Fleming and all those guys who are more deserving, like, of singles titles. Have them fight for that title. The undisputed, let that be the young man's title. Let that it's already got its weight carried with it for someone holding it for over 1,000 days. It's getting traction up. It's better and better. Like let's say you have, for instance, let's say they have Obafemi go and win the WWE Universal Championship. He was NXT World Champion. Now he's undisputed champion. You don't see anybody taking that belt off of him. It keeps his value going up. And at the same time, it shows too, like, hey, if you can hold this belt, you can hold the company for a long time, especially if you can hold it for as many days as someone like a Roman Reigns has, or someone like a Cody Rhodes has, or someone like how Drew McIntyre is trying to hold it now. Like if you can make it to where it's pristine still, you can be kind of be the face of this company, because that's a title I see. If you hold that title, you basically hold the keys to the company.
Okay. Now, like I said, Obafemi, right? So, what is? Well, let me go backwards. So, last night they revealed that there's a box that's supposed to be opened at Elimination Chamber. What do you think is inside of the box? Like me personally, I think it's going to be somebody that debuts, but it's not going to be Chris Jericho. You know, it would be great if it was the Masked Man inside of the box. You know, but I don't know what to think about this box, because I feel like I don't want to get too invested and like, oh my god, this is going to be amazing, and then turn around and be like the egg.
It'd just be a box. Yeah, it'd just be a box. I don't know what's in this box. I don't really care the fuck to know what's in this box. My guess is it's going to be a contract, like a number one contendership contract that's in the box or something like that. Or it's going to be them bringing something else out, like, hey, we're bringing out a new event. This is going to be, instead of, remember how we have WrestlePalooza? No one like that. Now we have WrestlePalooza 3, the third Palooza. Like, no one's going to like that either. But hey, it's a new event, so you can come spend more money here, because that's what we want to do. We want to get you to as many events as possible. But I don't care what's in the box. I just want a better storyline.
Last year they had, remember how The Rock was like the surprise at the Elimination Chamber. So I know for a fact The Rock is not in the box. I can't see them putting The Rock in the box.
Like, you know what I mean? The Rock or Travis Scott, they're both are not going to be in the box. Like, especially Travis Scott. I don't think we're going to see him anytime soon in that box.
He's done. But it's just like, what the fuck is in the box? Like, it's only thing
I can think of that's in that box is, I guess we have a return, Bianca Belair, and she pops out of a box somehow. Like I don't know. That's the only thing I can be like that can see that can make sense. It's like a return of somebody or a debut, as you were saying, but it has to be like something big, like something that they want people to know about. And the only thing that's big enough to me right now in the news is Bianca Belair, because we have not seen her in God knows how long. People are asking for her at this point, like we said on the Zone 18 podcast, we think she's pregnant. Some people are like, hey, it's this and that, because I don't care what you do to a bone. You can atomize that bitch. If it can be fixed, it doesn't take that long. I don't feel like.
So according to social media, I'm going to say on site on social media, she actually had surgery yesterday on the finger, right? Allegedly. Then she's been posting videos, if you go to her Instagram page, of her going through therapy with finger. My personal opinion, she got hurt in, what was that, April of last year? Why is she having the surgery now? I feel like these videos were videos that were already taken, and they're trying to like throw us off the scent. Like, she's posting, she's in rehab, and then she's going to pop up.
Because we still haven't seen Montez.
Yeah, it's nowhere in hell a year, you haven't been around, but then next thing you know it, you start posting random pictures of you doing this and doing that. Like, it doesn't make sense. You know what I mean?
I've never heard of a finger injury that takes a year to fix. Like, I've heard injuries, but a year?
Right. It's supposed to be the knuckle. You know what I mean? So something about the knuckle, and I look at my finger all the time, you know, and just be trying to figure it out. But it's just the fact of, like, again, if she hadn't started posting videos to her social media page and then her in rehab on social media, I would have said, okay, this is legit. But just out of randomness to basically posting those pictures and videos now, I feel like it's throwing us off the set. And if anything, maybe she is the one that's inside of the box.
Mhm.
You know, like maybe she is the one inside of the box because
It has to be because
I
nothing else
think
makes
it's
sense.
who else would have a big impact that they could just throw in a box like that other than her. It ain't Naomi because Naomi didn't even have his baby yet.
Not yet, no. If it was Naomi, we would know it was Naomi because we would see more big. We would see a little bit more Big Jim than we're seeing right now versus like him coming out just to defend the tag team titles and then going back and being with his family and everything like that, which understandable, but we know that we haven't seen him on TV all that much. And like I said, they had to throw him in for a tag match with against Otis against Alpha Academy.
Correct.
So
and with that, and honestly, that match right there was, I mean, that was a good match. It was a decent match.
Yeah.
But you knew for a fact that they weren't going to lose.
No.
That's the kind of part. That's the kind of part about WWE right now that's so bogus is they're putting on matches that we know these people are not going to lose. Like realistically, do you think Finn Balor is going to beat CM Punk in Elimination Chamber? No. But should he beat him? Yes. But
here's the thing:
it's going to mess up the money of him in Rome. You know what I mean?
Exactly. And the thing being with it too is the biggest thing that's like crazy about it. There's no more suspense in WWE anymore. That was like the biggest driving factor. There was suspense in it. Like you might have thought, like when a move was hit or something, like the champion was going to lose. Like even then, like there were some champions you know it wasn't going to lose. Like when you seen The Rock or you seen a John Cena or you seen like a Triple H, you're like, okay, these guys might not lose. But there was still some times you're like, they're beaten, they're bloody, they're battered, and you're like, oh, they might actually lose. So you get up and you like start rooting a little bit more if you're rooting against them or you're there for it because you're like trying to get them into it. Like that suspense of this might actually happen is so gone now because everything is so played so safely and so we know that this person is going to be champion for a little bit longer because their title run has not lasted that long. That I'm like, I would rather see them lose and regain it, lose it 3 times and regain it 3 times than have to sit here and wait 300 days or wait 100 days to watch one fucking title defense. Jade.
I mean, is that slang to Randy Day's favorite wrestler? You know what I mean?
Yes, 100%. 100%. It took her 100 days. Sorry, how many days was she champion so far?
Yeah, 100 and something days. Yeah,
100 something days minus 1 to fucking make a title defense. How many champions take 100 and something days to make a title defense?
Yeah, I mean,
fraud. Anyways,
Yo said fraud. Wow. I mean,
she won the match, but it was like as you said before, she's not about to lose.
I just don't understand. I don't understand the booking when it comes to wrestling. I swear I don't. Like, I feel like realistically, there's one show. You have Raw, which is one show. SmackDown is not a fucking show. That's just Cody Rhodes running around the whole fucking time. And then let's get into him of everybody down, again, Cody Raheem Rhodes stolen for rainy days of the Zone 18 and Level Up podcast. You know what I mean? But why are we talking about Cody should be black for Black History Month? Like, come on. Come on, man. Like, he's not black. It's nothing about him that we should love and respect and this and that. Like, he's a white boy from Georgia. You know what I mean? He is not black. And everybody, Cody Raheem Rhodes, Cody, and it's even
wait.
It was even a picture of Cody going around in the Nation of Domination. Like, come on, man. Like,
listen, listen. Raheem can chill out. Raheem can come to the cookout. You know why Raheem can come to the cookout? Because we know his wife's. Look at her. We've seen her when they was on AEW and everything like that. terrorizing AEW. She's a demon. He's a demon. When Raheem comes out together, dope. So Raheem's fun. The biggest thing about it now, though, is it's going to get so mainstream that it's not going to be fun anymore. Because that was the biggest thing about it, and I think that's what some people loved about it, is calling him Raheem. It's like no one really did it. Now that it's like mainstream and he's calling himself Raheem now, it's like, okay, Raheem's
The
here,
joke's not funny
but
anymore.
it's over now. Like, we got you to admit it, we got you to claim it. We love that. Now you're really feel like you're Raheem, but the reign is done because we don't care anymore now. We need something new. And like,
Man, I just was tripping. Like I was like, Black History Month. Us as African Americans can't have nothing because now we gotta have a white man wanting to be black. You know what I mean? Like, people in this world put Cody Rhodes and Eminem on the black pedestals. You know what I mean? And they
I'm gonna
didn't
stop you
Yeah.
right there. I'm gonna stop you right there. One, them niggas were adopted by the black culture. They did not just force themselves in. They were adopted. Listen, Raheem, who was calling this nigga Raheem beforehand, before the white people did and everything like that? The niggas did. We gave him the nickname Raheem.
See, look, he got to take
Sorry,
a break because he can't even.
I had to yell. I had to give a little yell for a second there. People thought they can go in the kitchen without permission. They got 4 legs and think they own shit around here. But anyways, it was the black culture that gave him the nickname Raheem. So we embraced him in. It was some niggas that didn't embrace him in, like y'all, especially on the Black History Month, but it's fine that we brought him in and we called him Raheem. So we can't say that. Eminem, on the other hand, he was embraced by the black culture. He was embraced by I think he's embraced by everybody. He hung out with the black people. He did the things with us. He didn't try to be black. That nigga was poor. He just hung out who he could hang out with. And the niggas embraced him because they liked who he was, they liked how he was, they liked the way he rapped and everything too. So them niggas brought him in as one. So he was embraced by the culture. Dr. Dre embraced that nigga. Nigga, who do you know pulls up in a yellow jumpsuit to meet you to try to sell you an album because this is the last few things they have to try to get rich so that way their family doesn't starve and they can have money? They can pull up in a yellow jumpsuit and niggas link up right away. Like, he is embraced by the culture. So I'm gonna need you to stop fucking hating. Get off your fucking high horse. Get off your hating ass horse, nigga, and embrace them. I'm sorry again, YouTube. I don't mean to get us demonetized for dropping the N-word so many times, but I need him to get off his high horse about this Eminem and Cody Rhodes slander. Just accept it. We embraced them into the culture. They are a part of the culture.
Saying. But do they bring us into their culture? That's my thing. Do they bring us into their culture? Us as African Americans, we're clearly always bringing in outside our culture into our culture. But do they do the same for us? I don't think so. You know what I mean? Do they care? I don't think they care. They want to be us, but we keep accepting them. Like, it's just just a little. It's in the words of our friend Chase. It's just food for thought for you. You know what I mean? It's just food for thought.
That's crazy. Hitting the food for thought is crazy, by the way. First of all, quoting my. Anywho, I'm gonna leave that one alone. I'm gonna leave that one alone.
I mean, I'm just saying. He's the quarterback. You know what I mean? He's part of the Nation of Domination.
He's not the quarterback, right?
Rose.
He's not the quarterback. He doesn't have the gold anymore. He's not the quarterback. He's chasing. He's back to his chase. No, he's back on his chase again. This is the Cody that we want to see. This is the Cody that we know is still got it, is when he's on his chase.
No. Matter of fact, I'm gonna create a graphic and I'm gonna drop it on the Zone 18 podcast TikTok.
Cody Raheem chase the bag roads.
No, I'm gonna put overrated, man.
Anyways, before we keep going back and forth with this shit, because this motherfucker is just gonna be on his hating high horse today. I think this would be a good time to bring back our sponsors, Ice Mountain.
I'm just saying, I'm just
Oh, it's like
saying.
that cold drink of Ice Mountain water. Ice Mountain, the best water in the Midwest.
I mean, I mean, again, shout out to Ice Mountain. You know what I mean? 100% natural spring water. You know what I mean? Working hydration from the Midwest. And then also, again, our sponsor, Beecher Connect. If you tired of paying a high ass cable bill, as long as you got internet, you reach out to Beecher Connect. Follow them on Instagram. You can follow them on TikTok. Once you get, like I said, pay the deluxe package, $150. It's a one-time fee. All the streaming services in one, which includes your Peacock, your HBO Max. You have your Netflix. Then you have all your movies. You have all your series. You have live sports, including NFL, NBA, NHL, and everything. Live pay-per-views. Don't forget, we got that Mayweather and Mike Tyson coming up, very soon. So again, pretty much if you guys need cable and don't want to pay cable prices, $150 and get you unlimited channels.
They still doing that?
Mike Tyson and
yeah.
Yes, I got a report about it this morning, which is kind of crazy.
That is wild. Also, speaking of off topic here, have you been watching any of the Winter Olympics? Because I'm not gonna lie, I've been watching some, but not a whole lot. I'm just not a. Go ahead. I'm
not an Olympics fan. Period. You know what I mean? I'm not. But on Valentine, I actually got a chance to catch the curling, and the curling was very interesting. And I was having a conversation, and I said, I see why other countries want to come to the United States. Because the U.S. does kiss everybody's ass. Like the stupidest sports, we win. Like curling. Like that's just you slide with some ice and you throw it a ball. Like, and then we're taking 1, 2, and 3. Then you had box sledding. We're 1, 2, and 3. It's like I see why other people hate America because we kick their ass in everything there is. You know what I mean? Like curling, like I'm sitting there and I'm very intrigued. I got my hand. I'm like, this is the most boring shit ever. This is very interesting, man. But yeah, like
that is crazy.
I'm a basketball Olympics fan.
That's crazy.
I don't like how they chop up the time. Like one minute they show you one thing, then they go to something else. I want to actually see it from beginning to end. But yeah. So
if you want to see it from beginning to end, I feel like you got to go buy a ticket for that one. On that, that's like one of those like you gotta be there.
You gotta be there, yeah.
I want to look up some stats here right now. So the funny thing about this, actually, now that I bring it up, as you're saying that about us taking first, second, and third, we're technically number 3 when it comes to like medals as like a team. We're number 3. We're behind Norway and Italy. Norway has 33 medals total altogether. They have 15 gold, 8 silver, 10 bronze. Italy has 9 gold, 5 silver, 12 bronze. We have 7 gold, 11 silvers, and 6 bronze. Next 2 under us is France and Norway with 6, 7, 4 with 17 total, and then 6, 7, 2 with 15 total, which is crazy to think about.
But also you gotta think though, this is the Winter Olympics also.
Yes, this is the Winter Olympics. It's still the Olympics, but
yeah, but I just the Olympics is just it's his own beast. I would say that. People train all year long for years to basically get to that, what I mean?
They really do. And like it's crazy to think about too, is how much like someone trains for this. They train so much for the Olympics. So shout out to them for that. And then some people train so hard and then come up in fucking 8th place. And then it's like I'm glad you made it on the Olympic team, but what the fuck are you doing there?
Right. Like I want to know about the Olympic team, what I mean? Like, do we have like Olympic shit talking? You know what I mean? Like, can we make that a sport?
100%. Like, it has to be like, but no, that's what the fans are for. Like, that's what we are for as like fans, as Americans. Like, I feel like when it comes to the Olympics, like Winter Olympics, not so much because I don't feel like a lot of people care about the Winter Olympics. Now, I can't say they don't care about the Winter Olympics, but don't care enough as much as, let's say, like we care about the Summer Olympics. Like
Yeah.
for someone like me and you, we care about the Summer Olympics because you got sprinting, you got the relay teams, you got men's
For
basketball
me, it's
team.
basketball. Yeah,
Yeah,
for me, it's basketball.
to me, you got the men's basketball, you have wrestling, you have boxing, like all this. They have like more stuff in the Summer Olympics than you have in the Winter Olympics. But also the biggest thing too around the Winter Olympics is like the ice skating and the men's hockey.
Mhm.
We don't me, I love hockey. Like I love going to hockey events to go and watch them and everything like that. But I don't know the players enough like I would if this was like the NFL, be completely honest with you, to be like, hey, this is what I want to do and all that stuff of that. So I'm just like, I get it. I love the Olympics. I love the fact that we can shit talk as fans. Like as an American, I'm gonna go up to you if I see somebody that's a Canadian and everything like that. I'm shit talking them. I'm like, haha, we got more medals than you, bitch.
I mean, I'll put it this way: if you want to talk about the Winter Olympics, right? The only thing about the Winter Olympics that I actually remember, and it comes from my childhood.
Oh god.
Do you remember when Nancy Kerrigan got her ass beat by Tanya Harding on the ice? You know what I mean? Shout out to Nancy Kerrigan. Shout out to Tanya Harding. You know what I mean? You have
Do we know like
you
I
have left a
forget.
mark of.
Oh yeah. I mean, ice skating forever. What were they fighting about?
I think it was a guy or some shit. I don't remember what the hell it was. I think it was a guy. And if remember how when Kanye drove 30 miles to no, I'm sorry. Remember how Matt Barnes drove 30 miles to whip Derek Fisher's ass and shit?
Yes.
And she kind of did this. She was the first person to do something like that. If I recall the story, she drove a while to basically go there to hit the girl in the motherfucking knee on the ice. You know what I mean? The best shit ever of the Winter Olympics ever. You know what I mean?
Was a
Shout
fight,
out, like
which tells you something.
Tanya Harding and shout out to Nancy Kerrigan. I mean, it just you guys will forever be a part of the Winter Olympics. You know, that's all I'm gonna say about that one. You know.
Also, gotta say for the Olympics too, them niggas be they be fucking. Like I be trying to figure out where they have the time. Where do you have the time and the energy to be doing all this?
So what was it? 10,000 condoms in 3 days.
Yes, 10,000 condoms in 3 days.
That's a lot of whoopee. You know what I mean?
There's a lot of intercourse happening in one setting. But the thing that gets me about it is like, where do you find the time? Like you just finished your event. You gotta be dead tired being out there. Where do you go back to your room and go, you know what? I want to have some coitus. I have to use that word. It's so terrible, but I have to use that for TV purposes. But
so, in my opinion about that, though, why would you not, though? Think about this, regardless of you being tired or whatever, right?
Mm-hmm.
Think about this right here. You're in us as American, it's in Milan, right? I believe.
Yes.
You're seeing women from all over. You're seeing beautiful women from Italy. You're seeing beautiful women from here. Beautiful women from there. That's your only opportunity to say, hey, I smashed a girl from Italy. You know what I mean? Because you ain't going to never see them ever again.
I'm not saying it's not like, hey, you shouldn't be doing and everything like that. I'm just trying to figure out where they're finding the time. Like, are they spending like planning this like when they don't have an event, like they're in their next? It's like where are you finding the time to smash these bitches at? Like, sorry, where are you finding the time to have sex with each other at during the Winter Olympics? Like, that's what I just want to know. Like, where are they finding this time? Like, is it like, do they get like days off, like in their resting period? Like, where is this time at? That's what I just want to know. Like,
I mean,
how is this happening?
So think about this. Say the Olympics started on the 1st of February for say. They were probably there for 2 weeks prior to it actually kicking off. So that prior to them kicking it off, they was getting it on, like Marvin Gaye was saying. Let's get it on.
They was having relations.
Mm-hmm. Lots of it. big release. You know what I mean?
It got crazy fast. But also, yeah, shout out to that, I guess, on the Olympic side of it.
Over there right now, all they're doing right now is exploding. That's all they're doing. It's exploding all over everybody. You know what I mean? Like I mean, it's a hell of a.
When you say it like that, you make it sound like it's a Diddy. It's like a Diddy party, and I need you to stop right now.
Shout out to
Oh my
Diddy.
God. I need
Free
you to
Diddy.
stop.
Free Diddy.
No,
Diddy will be out.
no,
Diddy will be out by the
no,
summertime. My
no,
sources
no.
told me. You know,
Keep
what I mean?
that
My
nigga
source said,
locked
"Hey."
up. Keep him locked up.
So all right.
Keep
So
him
one last thing
away
I
from
want to talk
everybody.
about, right? The last thing I
Okay.
want to talk about. Where's Nancy, man?
The last topic of the night.
Where's
What?
Nancy? Where's Nancy? Where's Nancy Guthrie, man? You know what I mean? The story is really fishy to me. You know what I mean? And the kidnappers are talking through TMZ. They're not calling Samantha Guthrie for the info. They're just reach out to TMZ like, hey, she needs to drop that money off. Hey, she didn't drop that money off. Hey, I'm gonna do this to her if you don't give me the money. Like, it reminds me kind of have you ever seen Car Wash with Dr. Dre, Snoop?
Yes.
You ever
Yes,
seen
I've
that?
seen the movie.
Okay, remember when they called him and it was like, hey, this the kidnappers,
Hey,
you know what I mean?
and dude's over there dropping the phone like, hey, what do I ask him for? He's like, what do you fucking Yes.
He was like, he said, hey,
Hey,
this the kidnappers.
kidnappers.
Man, stop saying that, man. Okay, me and Face. Man, you just told him my name. You know what I mean?
Bro's out here stitching us up, bro. He said, me and Face. Bro, nigga, you just talking about that. Hang up the phone at this point.
Then he hangs up. Hold on. Then he's like, did you block the call ID?
You know what I did?
You know what I mean? Then he hangs up and called back. Hey, just the kidnappers. You know what I mean? That's how I feel about this whole Nancy situation, man. Like, it's not funny that she's missing because that's
No.
somebody's mother, right?
No,
But
yes.
the scenarios of what's going on right now are just too. Everybody's
Like-
a suspect, and I think about Day Day on Friday when he was like, everybody's a suspect today. You know what I mean? Their whole family is a suspect. You know.
But my question is, what did Nancy do to get kidnapped? Like, was she just minding her business? Like, does somebody family owe somebody money? Like, what is happening that they kidnapped Nancy and they messaged TMZ? How you get in contact with TMZ and go, hey, I want this to be y'all story. We kidnapped this lady and yeah.
Right. And they all communicate with them. They sending them a message. Hey, this the kidnappers again. You feel me? Like that's what they like. I just
Hey, is it
again?
Hey, it's the kidnappers again.
The Zone 18 podcast does not condone kidnapping or
No, we do
the
not.
scenario of this Nancy Guthrie situation. But it's just to me, it's comical. Something just ain't right. And I feel like I'm gonna mark it down today. And I'm glad this is on video. When we come to find out exactly what happened, I guarantee the family had something to do with it. I'm sorry.
100%.
The family had something to do with it. Because this is my thing. Nancy has enough money. Well, I believe I looked it up. Nancy is worth around like $30-something million.
Mm-hmm.
You can't send this $9 million to get your mother back. You know what I mean?
Or better question is, do you not want to send the $9 million to get your mom back? What is going on here? Because there's no way. If I had the money and someone kidnapped my mom's, here, take it. I don't even care because her safety is more important to me than that. Like, so someone's living it up trying to get some money out of it. That's what it sounds like to me. Someone's trying to get themselves paid too, which is sad.
Let me go back to. Let me just make sure I'm quoting right when it's about her salary. So let's see. Nancy. I mean, she makes roughly $8 million per year. They're asking for only $8 million. So she give up 1 year of salary to get your mother back. But nobody's giving up like it's been 2 weeks, about 3 weeks on this scenario. Where I come from, Nancy dead. You know what I mean? Where I come from, Nancy is dead. You know, like where's the proof of life? You know what I mean? Like where's a picture of Nancy or something to say that Nancy's alive? Nancy's fucking dead. And my theory about the whole thing, and I'm gonna tell the world right now, my theory is Nancy died accidentally on some shit, and then they're trying to cover it up.
You think this is?
I don't know. I don't know if she OD'd on drugs, or if Nancy fucked one of them boys on Epstein Island. I don't know what happened, but Nancy did something, and Nancy fucking died. And then now they're trying to cover up the death of fucking Nancy and make it seem like it's gonna make it seem like when it comes down to it, a person who ICE was looking for killed Nancy. I bet you any amount of money that America turns that story into a Mexican across the border did it, something like that, and it gives Trump something to talk about. I guarantee you it turns into a story like that. But Nancy probably died in her sleep in her bed, and they say, ho, don't tell the world that Nancy's dead. Let's make up this kidnapping story. You know what I mean? I'm telling you. And I said it first on the Zone 18 podcast. Nancy died in her goddamn sleep. You're going to turn around and say a Mexican or a person a person that ICE is looking for, a legal immigrant who was in this country illegal, killed Nancy. I bet you. Then we're going to take it. We're going to take shit to the war. We're going to go fight Mexico because of Nancy. I'm telling you. You know what I mean?
And on that note, thank you guys for coming to the Zone 18 podcast. As always, this is always a fun time with us here. You only got the two of us today. It's me, Ahmad. We got your boy CJ, host of it. Make sure you guys check out the Zone 18 podcast. Make sure you check us out on Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, Zone 18 podcast. Like we always say, first 1,000 subscribers to the YouTube channel will get the Zone 18 starter pack. Your boy Ahmad here. That's all I gotta say is on that. I'm gonna just
Free Nancy.
That to the end.
Free Nancy.
Free
You know
Nancy.
what I mean? Free Nancy. You know what I mean?